was probably about 1978 when I first got interested in mohair and saw a goat grazing on thistles that grew fibre, so I thought that was fantastic. I started to build up a bit of fibre in the sheds and stuff, and got together with other industry personalities and decided that we'd actually make a pool and class it and set it out of my wool shed out on the coast at Waikaretu. In those days the market was just starting to improve in prices and stuff, and I think that first pool we made an average about $7 a kilo, and from then on it grew, and $7 a kilo was a pretty good price in those days, and I think the next pool we made $12 a kilo, and the next pool we made $18 a kilo, so we were considered quite a successful little marketing group on the back of that. When we set it up, we made sure that we got the buyers to come out and explain what they wanted rather than us trying to supply something that we thought they wanted. And I think that's probably been a success right the way through to today, because some of those early contacts I've still got and I still sell mohair to. Well, it was actually quite an exciting time for the industry, because those of us that have been out overseas had sort of seen the real mohair, if you like, out of South Africa, and actually appreciated the I think the softness and the sort of lustre and things that came with and the lack of Kent. It made a dramatic effect on production. Production on per animal virtually doubled, and of course the quality without the Kent was so much better. The main reason is it's got a lustre. And the lustre is actually really the reflection of a fibre that's a lot smoother than wool. Wool has a scale structure, so when you put it in the washing machine, in a garment, it'll knit together. Mohair tends to do the opposite because it hasn't got the scales. Being such a lustrous, smooth fibre, it takes dyes a lot more readily than other fibres, and when you get a product made out of mohair, you've got that sort of sheen, that lustre, that sort of bright look, which you don't get with wool because of the scales. Yeah. And a very strong fibre. They say it's got up to 1.5 the tensile strength of wool as an actual individual fibre in the same micron. That all makes for a product that is very soft to handle and very sort of kind on the skin. So it's a lovely soft, as against say wool, which could be considered against mohair as being sort of raspy. Well, mohair's actually got a fairly wide-ranging lot of uses. The coarser end, predominantly been in the hand knitting industry and stuff. And when you see a spike in hand knitting yarns worldwide, mohair, because it's got a certain share of the market, gets demand, and it's quite often that the adult fibre will actually get up to the finer prices. Superfine mohair is mainly used in men's suiting and things, and it has that what they call a memory effect. That memory effect means if in a mohair suiting you can hang it up and the suits actually come back. There's no ironing needed in them. I think now with the quantities that a lot of the lower grades are blended in with your better types to sort of offset some of the price. There's not a lot used in the lower grades now. As somebody said, anything with two ends has got a use, and it's blended in. One of the real potentials for growing mohair is to run weather flocks, and in South Africa all the breeders do is run enough does to produce wethers so that they've got them to shear, and they're a very low maintenance animal. You can run more, and obviously through the winter they haven't got that problem with kidding and the management at that stage. So wethers are definitely an option for producing mohair. Over the years, it's really the demand that's actually dictated the price rather than the quality. I mean, just today, crossbreed's worth $5 a kilo. What's wool worth? $2.30. This is crossbreed, and the best quality we're getting up to 40. We've got 41 in the last pool. So that's a demand thing for the finer end, and if hand knitting increases, the demand for stronger mohair increases. So it fluctuates just according to demand. I mean, we could definitely sell a lot more mohair than we've got. Worldwide, the production's dropping as well. South Africa's changing into game farms rather than Angora goat farms, and the manufacturers that we supply are concerned about, definitely concerned about their future supply. That's probably why we get a reasonably good sale return, like we get paid when we're supposed to and things like that. Angora goats need to be shorn twice a year, and the preparation before shearing and things like that does help with the value. So things like keeping the board clean and having the goats emptied out before shearing so they don't shed stain the fleece, which downgrades it to the stain quality. There's quite a lot of mohair that comes in that hasn't been shorn at the right time. It's either cotted or it's got vegetation in, and we've had clips that have been devalued from say $40 down to $1.50 because of the fact that it hasn't been looked after. Producers just, once they've shorn their fleece, transport it. We do offer transport subsidies from far away so that it makes it worthwhile getting it up here. And once it arrives, it's classed. Producers get their option of a pool or a direct payment. Most of them take the pool because obviously that's more generous, quite a lot more generous. We run 2 pools a year, in April and October as the closing off. It comes in over the 6 months before that. But if you put it in just after one pool's closed, you've actually got to wait 6 months before you get paid out. Now that's a problem, but most people are shearing closer to the pool closing date anyway, so they get paid out. So once that's happened, we arrange shipping and payment dates and forward contracts with the exchange rate. That all plays a part in the price. Prices come in, and as soon as the money arrives, we pay out to the producers, ready for the next 6 months.